blessing to have Mr. Super Bowl champion on our show, man.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. Blessings from above, man.
Where are you located, Zach?
North Carolina in Charlotte.
Okay.
What about
Excellent.
you, man? Are you back in Tampa?
No, back in Indianapolis.
I hear you, man. We're the house that Peyton built.
Pretty much, yes.
I hear you, man. So let's get it all started, man. How did you get
Sure.
involved with football as a kid?
Well, I think everybody as a kid grew up playing football. You know, grew up in a small town, so you got the neighborhood kids together, and you played, football in the summertime, baseball, and basketball all year round. So it was just one of those things that I just kind of grew up doing.
Definitely. So if you had to pick when you were a kid, who were some of your sports role models?
You know what? Growing up in Southern Indiana, you were kind of in between Cincinnati, St. Louis, Chicago. But, back then we only had, 3 channels on the TV. So the only teams you really got on TV to watch football was Pittsburgh, Dallas, and the LA Rams. So I grew up a Rams fan. So I was watching Jim Everett, Eric Dickerson, the Youngblood brothers. So I was kind of a Rams fan. And then kind of grew up and when the Colts came, started following the Colts a little bit.
Definitely, man. I'm a little bit biased. Eric has been on my show a couple times. One of the best Hall of Famers ever, man.
Yeah, definitely. I love watching him run.
Down to earth, man. So scrolling a little bit forward in your sports journey, with getting the transition from the Colts to Tampa, did you see any similarities when you went there?
Yeah, I mean, both organizations were well run. Such a family organization with Jim Irsay here in Indy and the Glazer family down in Tampa. And each city just loved their team. The Colts, had a lot of success. Starting in '95 with Jim Harbaugh and Marshall Faulk in the AFC Championship game that we went to. And then, kind of grew that when Peyton got there. When I left in 2001, it was just getting going with Peyton. The same thing in Tampa. They had a lot of success under Coach Dungy. Never got to the Super Bowl, but we got there in 2002 with Gruden. Had a magical year, and it all ended in the Super Bowl.
So from that transition from Peyton to Brad Johnson, he's also been on my show, so I'm kind of biased with him too.
Love Brad.
He had all the great things to say about you, man. About the locker room, you being a great teammate. But how did you build a friendship and a relationship on the field with both those players?
Well, being on offense, your quarterback is kind of your leader, and you always want to be friends with your leader, and you become friends off field as well. So it just, in both situations, you just kind of have similar interests, similar goals on and off the field. And it was pretty easy to get to know Peyton and Brad Johnson on and off the field. And, I still talk to both of them at this day.
Definitely, man. So when it came to hanging up your pads for the last time, life after football, how have you applied those trials and tribulations to your personal life?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think every NFL football player, when they retire, they got to figure out what they want to do, in life, whether it's, for money, support the family, or just something to keep active. And, it's just, you got to find a passion for whatever gets you out of bed in the morning. For those 10 years in the NFL, it was football. And once you kind of hang up those cleats, a lot of people struggle to find, what their next goal in life is going to be. A lot of people have done well, but some people kind of struggle with just finding their new direction. And it took me a while too. I wasn't, success in business overnight, but I enjoy what I do now. And it's up to each individual. And, now, I retired in 2005, and, you kind of fast forward 16 years later, they have so much more resources for guys who retire than when I retired in 2005. So the NFL is doing a good job of getting people transition to their new role.
Yeah, I seen somewhere about a bread company, banana bread.
That's my wife with the banana bread. I'm just the delivery boy and the pan washer when I get a chance. But yeah, she started that about 5 years ago.
I hear you, man. How's it going?
Good. It's always a busy time around the holidays.
Family recipes, huh?
It's not really a secret recipe. It's just one of those that she perfected over time, and
Definitely,
she does a great job with it, and people love it.
definitely, definitely. So let's scroll it forward to current day Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know everyone has probably seen the things that happened last game against the Jets with Antonio Brown. How do you think that's going to affect the team going forward?
You know what? It was just a sad situation to see on TV. Antonio Brown had his issues in Pittsburgh, and when he left the Raiders, and even with the vaccine card in Tampa. But I think there's some underlying conditions on what maybe has affected him with some hits. People bring up that Vontae Perfect hit in Cincinnati that laid him out for that playoff stretch there in Pittsburgh. So, are there lingering effects from that? I don't know, but I think Tom Brady says the best that hey, we love him as a player and a friend, and hopefully he gets the help that he needs to get back to normalcy.
Definitely, definitely. So with the receiving core they have left, with Mike Evans and everybody else, who do you think is going to pick up the slack for Tampa this year for their scroll to the Super Bowl again?
Yeah, that's a good question. They lost a lot of talent, in Fournette and Godwin are out for the season now. Brown, Evans has to be the guy who steps up. They still have Miller, the wide receiver, and a couple of good tight ends. So I think Tom Brady's got to figure out how to get that offense going like he did last year.
Definitely, definitely. So we'll end on this. Where can my audience find the banana bread?
My wife is on Facebook. You can go to Heidi Dilger or Heidi Ho's banana bread online, and Heidi Ho's baked goods. She's right here correcting me. So yeah, you can go online and find her, and you can Google her. And, you can order some online.
Definitely. Well, Ken, it's been a blessing to have you on our show, and we'd welcome you back for another one, man. Hey, potentially in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you never know. Hopefully the Bucs get there.
Let's get hopefully they play New England.
That'd be a fun matchup. Really, really would.
Definitely. So that ends our show, man. It's been a blessing.